What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Trivela Hour, episode 7. We keep extending, like every single week to somehow like surviving this shit. I felt like after last week's episode, we would definitely get canceled, but we're still here, so that's a good sign for sure. We are joined today by a special guest, possibly, and this is kind of like a drama alert type situation, possibly replacing Vedant on the podcast full time because of certain rumors floating around. Konsta, what's up, man? How are you doing?
What's up? Not much. I'm chilling. Glad to be on the podcast finally.
Yeah, we've been trying to get or like we're pretty close to this guy, so we've been trying to get him on for a minute. I don't know. I guess like as a little bit of intro to the audience, two questions I ask everyone is when did you start following football, and then especially when did you start following Real Madrid?
So during the 2008 Euros, I was like 4. That's when I saw Spain and I saw Casillas. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's my guy. So that was like my idol, but I didn't like follow Real Madrid yet. But like a few seasons later, like I think 2010, 11, that's when I started really following them. So yeah, that's
Nice.
about it really.
Do you have anything to say about our? We had a server discussion the other day about top goalkeeping peaks of all time, and since Casillas got you into football, you got anything to say about the Casillas versus Thibaut discussion?
uh, well, the peak is it's really debatable, really, but career wise, Casillas is of course clear. But I don't know. Thibaut last season is pretty close to Casillas' peak. That what I saw at least. He could have been better before my time. I don't really know, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's pretty close. It's pretty close. But also joining us today, we have Jorge. What's up, man? How you doing? How's your week?
All good, man. Pretty chill, pretty easy. No drinking, no smoking weed. So boring but chill. All good.
Yeah, sometimes you need weeks like that. Sometimes you need weeks like that. Steezy, what's up, man? How are you
Yep.
doing?
Um, Feeling angry at Vedant. He made me wake up early to go to the gym to accommodate for his time, just for him to sleep in. Yeah, and I think this is my villain origin story, and he's gonna hear it from me.
I think Vedant deserves like a lot of the blame for sure. But the other person to be blaming here is like whoever made Indian Standard Time, because like
Yep.
it's just messed up, bro. That's all I gotta say. Gonna
Yep.
keep that short though, because like otherwise I'll get like a bunch of things in my inbox about how it's actually soccer or sorry, football and not soccer and like a bunch of other shit. So, anyways, let's start off the episode. First topic. We had like a pretty I thought it was an interesting discussion point from the server. I forgot exactly who asked it, but someone asked, sell, bench, start. Vini, Haaland, Mbappe. So, Steezy, I'll start off with you. What are your thoughts on this?
All right, before I get any shit, I'm gonna base this solely off of how they're performing right now in this season. I mean,
Okay.
it's pretty obvious. Like you have to go with starting Haaland right now. He's on fire. He's like scoring goals. I think he's like on track to break the Premier League goal scoring record super early, like before the like with 8 games left, which is pretty insane right now. Um, you have to bench Mbappe. Like Mbappe, he's doing pretty good, but like I feel like his game is a little bit off this season. I don't know, like because usually he's like a little bit more complete. He's like he offers a lot of assists as well, but I think this season they're like focusing solely as like a goal scorer. I don't know if he's playing more selfishly. I don't know if it's going on with like him wanting to leave or something, but he's just like focusing more on goals than providing assists to his team. So I feel like his game is a little bit less complete. And you guys are gonna hate me for this. Like the whole server is gonna hate me for this, but I would say I have to sell Vini.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
Vini, he's playing good, but he's not at like the level of last season. I think
Yep.
I think his shooting is a little bit off this season as well.
Yep.
And yeah, so that's my reasoning.
Uh, yeah, I think honestly, anyone that gives you shit for that is just like a nostalgia vibes merchant. But
Yep.
like some people in the server. But like I feel like last year, Vinny had a tendency to just get the ball and go. You would just like turn to the defender, like whoever the fuck the right back was, and be like beep beep, and just like fucking sprint past them. This season, I feel like there's more players able to like kind of sort of keep up with him. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's fatigue. Maybe it's like there's something else going on, but he just doesn't feel like quite as fast on ball to me. So I don't know. Maybe there's something up there, but he's still playing really well. Like I think he's has like what's 8 goals, 4 assists, or something like that. So he's having a good year. But like yeah, maybe not quite as good as last season. I'll ask the same question to Konsta next. So start bench, sell Vini, Haaland, Mbappe. Who do you have?
Um, I think I might have to start hauling as well because I mean his goal scoring is pretty ridiculous, and like people just say, oh, he can only score goals, but there's a lot more to his game as well. Like he drops deep to help like build up the play as well, and I mean of course he's fast, really fast, and then he always finds himself in like really good positions to finish, and he's like really clinical. So yeah, I'll have to start Haaland, I think, because there's not really anyone on that level right now. Uh bench. Nah, I think I'll have to bench Vini instead of Mbappe because I think Vini isn't as selfish, even though Vini hasn't been that great this season, like you said, like he was last season. But I don't know. I think he just offers a bit more like assists as well instead of Mbappe. So I guess I have to sell Mbappe then.
Okay. Yeah, I think the other thing I guess to put into context here is that Mbappe is gonna like if you get Mbappe on your team after one season, he's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm sad, bro. Like, get me out of here and just go to a different team. So Vinny definitely won't do that. Holland, I don't think will do that. So that those are two. That's one thing that they have going for them. Jorge, I'll swing it over to you and then we can move on.
Okay, I definitely start Haaland because he's gonna be a generational player. He's gonna break a lot of records when it comes to scoring. Um, he's so good. He's fast. Like Consta said, he builds up on the play. If he has to go down and defend, he does it. He's like you can tell that he really likes football, and he's also very charismatic as well. He's not the kind of player that you hate. I mean, I haven't seen people that hates him. He's kind of like Ibra, but a little bit more chill, if if that makes sense. And yeah, I haven't missed a City game this season when he plays because he's really that fun and that entertaining to watch. So I definitely start him. I definitely bench Beanie because when he's at his best form that we saw last season, he can score, he can assist, he defends, he pressures really well. So that's very valuable on a team. And I definitely sell Mbappe because he's a diva and he's a bitch. And if you want him on your team, you're a fucking cuck. So there it is.
Bro, what? What? Damn.
Oh,
Just
bro.
called
Sorry,
Damn.
bro.
Yeah. I really I still want Mbappe, bro. I'm down to get cucked for 1 year and just like move on, like whatever it is. But like uh yeah, I
Real.
think those are all respectable orderings. Like basically what we learned there is that Haaland is number one, and then depending on your tolerance for being cucked, Mbappe is number two. So um, yeah, that's a solid list. Thanks for your input, guys. I guess moving on, we've been seeing some, I think for the first time, like since I've been following his career, we've been seeing some really consistent good play from Marco Asensio. People talk about his pre-ACL days, like ACL injury days, like as in some glorified fashion, but like even back then, he was pretty prone to bricking. He wasn't the most consistent player, but this seems to be like the best football he's playing. He's fitting in well with the team. I guess the question here is how seriously should we be looking into extending Marco? And do you think that he could, start to play a bigger role as the season goes on? Jorge, I'll start with you on this one.
Oh yeah, I mean, he deserves it. He's playing really well. Every time he comes in, he makes something. So if you have a player that's on a good moment, and I mean, if he's okay with being on the bench, fuck it, extend him. So why not? When he plays well, he's decent, and there was these rumors about him, Barcelona wanting him, and him giving that stupid answer. I think he said something like, "That's something I can talk about right now." So, dude, he's you can tell he's pretty dumb. So, but I mean, he's a good footballer. He has a decent role in the squad. When he comes in, he makes something out of nothing at times. So, fuck it. I mean, I'm all in. Extend him 2 years. That's okay.
Yeah, I think it's for a club that has as much money in reserves as we do, like it's a pretty safe position to extend him. I guess I'll pass it over to Konsta. Do you think that this current form is something that Marco will sustain, or is it like kind of like a flash in the pan? He's playing some good ball right now, but like he's just gonna go back to kind of where he was. What do you think? Is it like a real improvement or just current form?
Uh, I don't know because I think he's just playing for the contract right now. To be honest, because I mean, I'll be honest, I'm kind of a Marco hater because when last season he was starting, he was ass. Uh, like yeah, he was pretty fucking bad last season, but now like he's playing really well. Like I will give him that. He's been really like impactful when he's been subbed in. So like if he's down to like just keep that bench role, or I mean I don't know if he suddenly becomes like really world class, then sure start him. But if he's down to keep that bench role, like why not extend him? And also I think uh it was like he wants higher wages if he renews or some shit. So if he can like keep his current wages and just stay on the bench, then yeah, sure, you can extend him.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way of looking at it. There's a lot of competition, I think, now in the team, especially in those three attacking roles. I don't consider Marco as like an actual CM. Like he can play there, but I don't.
Yeah.
He's not going to get like serious looks there. Um, I think it's a smart idea to have him. That's about like all that like kind of needed to be said on that topic. So I'm just gonna move on. Um, I think going back to our last topic right there. The controversy, I guess, was between Mbappe and Vini. So, Steezy, I'll ask you this question. If hypothetically, you woke up, you look down, and your dick has just grown like 20 inches, No, I'm just kidding. Hypothetically, if PSG reached out to us and you're Florentino Perez and they said, "Hey man, we're gonna give you Mbappe if you give us Vini. Straight one for one swap." Would you take it? Why or why not?
Oh, I'm not taking it. What kind of fucking question?
Yeah,
Look, look,
yeah.
look. I'm an Mbappe slut, okay? But I'm not. I'm never gonna give up Vinny. Okay, maybe if we were talking about like if you asked me this question back like in 18, 19 or something, I would have said yes. But there's no way I'm gonna give up Vinny because Vinny's gonna grow up to be a generational talent. He's the Ronaldinho slash Neymar region. So no, I'm never gonna give him up. Mbappe can stay in PSG in his little golden cage. Okay.
Yeah, he beat the cock allegations. Good
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He just
you guys
completely
can
did not.
stop the cut allegations.
Yeah, that was the purpose of that question, so you could beat it. But yeah, I don't know. I think like I forgot who asked this one too, but like it's just why would you want to see this, our fucking youth product basically like go to fucking Qatar and play for those fuckers, I would just
Yeah.
rather burn my eyes out. But also keeping on this trend of, waking up as the Don Florentino Perez.
Also,
So
can I add something really fast?
yeah, 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 go
No.
for it.
Like these ideas of swapping certain players like Vini, Benzema, Fede, or Modric for like better players that are younger or not necessarily younger, but just a bit better than them are made by people who think real actual football is FIFA. Because if you actually do trade, for example, Vini for, yeah, let's say Mbappe or Neymar or something like Salah, I don't know, Salah when he was better, not right now. Um, they think that when you do an operation like that, you're gonna look good. But the reality of the situation is, if you do actually do an operation like that, what kind of message are you sending your actual players? Like, it doesn't matter how good you are. If I find someone better, you're getting the fuck out of here. That does damage to your image as a club, your squad, to the locker room, and we're gonna create a fucking mess from there on and set a very dangerous precedent. So, yeah, that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, yeah. Locker room harmony is like a real thing. Finding chemistry is a real thing. All of these things don't matter in FIFA, and I think about like 70-80% of the server like gets their takes from FIFA. So like yeah, it's a good thing to call out there.
True.
Uh, but yeah, I guess we can move on. Kind of keeping on the trend of waking up as Florentino Perez. I guess like that'd be pretty cool. Suppose you do. You look in the mirror and you're like, damn, bro, I have no hairline anymore, and I look like a Don. But what is the first move that you make for Real Madrid? Konsta, I'll start with you.
Uh, I I don't know. It's tough because the positions that we really need, there's not like that many world class players available. Like striker, I don't know. Like Nkunku is out there, I guess, but I don't know if he'd really fit. He can play like wide as well, so that could work, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd just go all in on Jude, to be honest. Can't really miss out on him because he's really gonna be a generational player. You can already tell, and he's like only 19, so yeah.
Yeah. What, Steezy, what do you have Jude's ceiling as? Like, where do you think like he could go with ideal conditions and like I don't know everything going his way? What do you think his ceiling is?
Um, like just looking at his game right now and how much he has progress at such a young age at Dortmund, his maturity, his dedication, his adventureness. I just have him like I think he has like the trajectory to be like the GOAT level midfielder of this generation. I'm not talking like all time, but of this generation, I think he might be like the best midfielder. He's gonna be like the cream of the crop. He's probably gonna have a higher ceiling than like Camavinga, Gavi, Pedri. I think he can grow to be better than all of them. That is what I think.
Yeah, yeah, he seems like a very good prospect. Probably like the best midfield prospect I can remember since I don't know if you guys remember like Pogba felt like this back in the day, when he was playing at Juventus, like
Yeah.
the buzz
Yeah,
around
kind of.
him. He was a
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or, like, like this guy's gonna win it. But yeah, I think Jude's definitely up there. Jorge, I'll pass it over to you. Let's say Jude is the first move. What's the second move that you make as Florentino Perez?
Mm, like, fits this, like, this winter transfer window or next summer transfer window, I think you gotta buy a striker. Like we said last podcast, we need a striker on the bench, and I find it really worrying that Ancelotti said that. I mean that Rodrigo is the backup number nine, and I mean he has been all right, but and he's playing, he's getting better at that position as well. But the Girona game, he got fucking bodied on the box, dude. You can have a striker, especially in that kind of game where your main resource is in crosses and crosses and crosses and expect someone to actually head a fucking ball into the net. You need a fucking typical number nine. And if we don't get one, I think, I mean, I don't want to melt and shit, but if we don't get one, it's gonna be a tough end of the season, I guess. So that first thing I do, I call Jose Angel Sanchez and tell him, get me a list of all the strikers available and that could be available in Europe after the World Cup, and let's see who can get.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Like, it's Rodrigo. I think has played well, given the circumstances, but for our type of team where we're gonna play like over half the season against park buses, it's probably good to have like some fucking cross
Yeah,
merchant striker, you know? Like
yeah,
I don't know, yeah, it's a weird name to throw out there, but like I don't also like our 30 plus transfer policy on some of these players, like just Dzeko, even hell, man, even fucking Giroud, man, that would be hilarious, right? Having Giroud in Real
yeah,
Madrid, bro. But
yeah.
like, he's just a big motherfucker that you sub in the last 10 minutes of a game and just ping crosses to him. If nothing else is working, it gives you an might give you an out. Like we saw last year, Barca did this, and before I get memed for it, Luke De Jong won them a lot of points last year, man. Like,
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, no, no, no. You're right.
You
He's
guys are
decent
forgetting
as
the
a
goal.
backup. Hella decent as a backup.
You guys are
Bro,
forgetting
he
like
scored like 4 different goals in like 90+7 random hitters that won them games.
Yeah, I mean, you need that in your team. Remember when we had Adebayor? That was basically his role. He was a big, tall motherfucker that scored fucking hairs like that.
Yeah.
but okay. Also, Jorge, like, that's a completely correct point. But like, half the people like that listen to us are like 15, so there's no chance they know who Adebayor is.
True.
But
Yeah,
but
you're right.
but yeah. No, no. The point is 100% correct. All right. So we have Jude. We have a backup striker. Steezy. What's next? What's the third move?
we need Chupo Moting, bro.
So another
I,
striker.
I think he's exactly what we need, bro. He's our backup striker. He's the guy. That's all
I
I'm gonna
mean,
say.
But he's not really an aerial threat, is he? Like he's
yeah,
just.
no,
He's kind of like a fox in the box, I would say.
I mean, he's better than. I think he's. Well, okay. Anything's better than Mariano. I feel like most, like,
yeah,
all of us are probably better than Mariano. But
The ch-
it's. I don't know. I don't think he would be like justified even as like a super sub or Rodrigo. That's where I'm like struggling to see it is because like Rodrigo is just a better player in almost every single way except for maybe physicality. But like it's not like Choupo-Moting is like a very physical player either. So yeah, like what's your reasoning there?
I just feel like he always puts in like a dependable shift at striker whenever like the main striker's injured. We've seen it do it for PSG. I remember he took PSG up to the UCL final. He scored like a goal against Atlanta, I think. I think he scored one. I'm not really sure, but he was scoring like some crucial goals in the knockout rounds to help push them up to the final. And then for Bayern, he's been like dependable whenever Lewandowski was out. He was always scoring like the usual goals. And if you look at his stats, he's putting in like some really, really like decent stats for a backup striker. Like right now, I think he has like 10 plus goals and assists, I think.
dude.
And I just feel like he could like translate well like what we need as a backup striker. I know he doesn't like fit exactly what you guys want out of a backup striker, which is like aerial ability, but he has like those fox in the box kind of attributes that I think could help out.
Yeah, I mean anything's better than Mariano, so I'm in. I guess to move on in the discussion a little bit, we had a lot of Endrick news this week. Steezy, I think you have been following this a little bit closer than I have. What's the update there, and what's going on with Endrick?
Oh, Endrick. Well, recently I think his dad came out to talk. He was like basically like diffusing rumors that were coming out from like Marca and stuff that we had already like made contact with them and that we had already sent a bid. But there was like no truth to that. But then Fabrizio Romano comes out and he says that Real Madrid, Chelsea, and PSG will be the teams that will be fighting it out for Endrick as of right now. We're like the big competitors for him right now. So I just think it's like a really crazy situation considering this kid is only like what he's 16 years old, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
barely turned, I think.
yeah, he just
Uh,
turned 16. It's pretty insane. What are your guys'
Yeah,
thoughts on?
I don't know. I just feel like kind of slimy about it. Like in any other context, like buying a 16-year-old would be kind of messed up, right?
Yeah, that's why. Isn't it like so he can join in like 2 years when he's 18 or something?
Yeah,
Like we
that's
can, I think we can
yeah,
like have a pre like agreement, but like
yeah,
he will
it's
have
like
to
the
stay in
Rodrigo deal.
Palmeiras.
It won't like activate until he turns 18, and then he will move to us that summer.
Yeah.
yeah.
So basically, we're grooming a 16-year-old.
You know what,
Exactly.
bro? Juni Calafat. He loves his young boys.
Yeah, we're not grooming his. So
Yeah, maybe we need to send a particular member of the server there to help out. I'll let you guys guess who. But uh,
I wonder who you're talking about.
yeah,
You wanna substitute that?
nah,
Let's
nah,
do
nah.
it.
It's okay. I'll leave that up to mystery. You guys can comment in the comment section. Uh, but yeah, I guess Konsta, turning it over to you. Uh, how are you feeling about the risk here, right? Because like it's a rumored 60 million release clause for a 16-year-old player. There's a lot of risk associated with that. Do you think it's still like something that we should pursue?
um, I mean, I don't think there will be like any actual like agreements until like next summer. So I mean, if he keeps like playing how he has been so far this season until like next summer, then I don't know. Guess it's worth the risk. We have money to spend, and he seems like he could be like the next thing. So I don't know. I think it would be worth it, but I don't know if it will actually be 60 million because that's kind of steep for a player that's not played outside of Brazil and isn't even 18 yet. So
Yeah, yeah, true. Jorge, you've seen your share of golden boys come up, and like a lot of them just don't make it. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
I mean, I think you gotta go for it because the actual the way you can still remain competitive is by making big bets like Vini and Rodrigo. Um, not all of them gonna work. Like uh, Renier didn't
yeah,
work so far. But I mean, a kid who's 16 and playing on the first division on like the Brazilian league is the best league in the continent by far, in my opinion. Um, in you have a 16-year-old scoring and starting in that league, and you see that all these teams also want him, and it appears, according to rumors, that you have a leverage. They say, "Fuck it, man, let's go for it," because
Yeah.
if he escapes and goes to PSG or Barca or something like that, I think
yeah,
it's done.
yeah.
So
Then
you
he'll
gotta
be
go for it.
a pain in the ass for years when we missed out on
Exactly.
him. So rather
Yep.
just take the risk.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
also have a huge recruiting advantage with Vinny and Rodrigo on our team. Like
Yep.
he's I think isn't Vinny like Endrick's favorite player or some shit like that? I don't remember exactly, but
Yeah,
like
I think something like that.
but
Yeah.
like it's
I
pretty
think
insane.
someone I think someone asked him the question like if he like preferred like Vini or Neymar, and he said that like I like Vini more. Like Neymar's a good player, but I'm always gonna like Vini more. He's like my favorite player right
I
now.
mean, yeah, there it is.
Also, wasn't Ronaldo his idol as well? So
Yeah,
Which
he copied his
the
celebration.
real one?
Romalmo, I mean,
Sorry,
my
sorry,
fault.
sorry.
Slipped up.
Romalmo.
Fuck.
Yeah, slipped up. Well, no, but he played at Real Madrid, so that's good enough for
Okay.
me.
Yeah, and NCR7 is like he's a good player, but
Dude, what do you mean by that? You want to elaborate on what you just said right now?
and all I gotta say is NCR7,
What does the N stand for, and what does the C stand for in this case, huh?
Probably
it's
for no and C. I don't know, man. I mean, something related with
It
having
rhymes.
a
I think it rhymes
mutual
with
agreement. That
it
having a
rhymes with
mutual
scent.
agreement.
It rhymes with scent.
yeah.
Exactly. Good
Starts
point.
with starts with con and ends with cent. So anyways, yeah, I think like the Endrick move is something that we should definitely pursue. Like I feel like we have so much money. We didn't spend anything on Mbappe. It's not really much of a risk. Like even if also kind of a side note here, the thing that pisses me off about the Rainier move is that whenever I type his name on Google, that like one anime character pops up from like a I forgot the anime, bro. Um, Attack on
Easy
Titan.
probably knows. Oh,
Uh,
Oh
like
yeah,
Reiner or whatever his name is from Attack on
Oh,
Titan. That
uh,
like that part pisses me off a bit. But But like outside of that, even if he ends up like that, it's like whatever. You can still make something back. Like these Brazilian young like stars will hold their value for a while afterwards. So it's all good. I guess kind of moving on here. This is an interesting question that Frosty brought up. Um, if we had a massive server football game, who do you think would surprise and who do you think would disappoint the most? Uh, I will start off with Steezy on this one.
Bro, how do I even answer this question?
Yeah.
What? I don't know. I don't know anyone's footballing skills in the fucking server, but
That's the interesting part of it.
I feel like look, man. No hate, but I feel. Wait, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna get canceled maybe. But I'm just gonna say maybe Roche might disappoint the most. You know, I mean, like he's always talking about how he scored 4 goals against his ex girlfriend's team and stuff. You know, and what if he's lying? What if he's lying? What if he shows up and he's just like running around like a headless chicken? What if he's lying to us? You know? What if he's just a cap artist? I don't know. I'm scared. You know, he's either prime Bale
Oh, fuck.
or a fraud. I don't know.
Well, he is a left winger, and Vini's his favorite player. I just want to see, like, for whatever reason, in some sequence, Steezy is marking Roche, and Roche just completely fries him and scores. Just hits the samba like right in Steezy's face, and just fuck you.
And then
But
he checks his rank and
yeah,
Oh,
checks rank in the game.
uh,
Uh, but okay, that's the person disappointing. Who do you think would kind of like surprise you? Who do you think is like the kind of dark horse, like underdog player in the team?
fuck. Let me think about this.
Okay, I can come back to you on it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
all right, all right. Jorge or Konsta, are you guys ready with your answers? Who do you have?
I think we put you in goal and you'll put up peak Tebow-esque saves. So I think you'd surprise the most,
Fuck
to be
yeah,
honest.
let's go, dude. Yeah, I think the basketball skills would come in hand there. In that,
Yeah.
who do you think? Who do you have disappointing the most, man?
I don't know. I think like Steezy might disappoint. He's talked some smack on my boy Rosh, so I feel like he's actually a fraud and he's I don't know, projecting a little bit too much on Rosh there.
Yeah, yeah, I could see it, man. I could see it. This guy's a big Bale fan. Modeled his game after Bale, so maybe he won't even be fit for the match. Who knows? Um,
Wait, or I might score a goal in overtime like yesterday. So you don't know.
yeah, in like a
No.
fucking MLS Cup final, bro. Like that. What does that mean?
I don't give a shit what you say. Respect Bill.
Uh,
Bro,
yep.
Jorge, I'll
He,
pass it to you.
okay. Um, I think that I would disappoint the most because I haven't played in 4 years and I'm hella rusty and I don't want to play because I'm gonna suck. So I would disappoint the most, and I think we'd be actually surprised if Lemur can kick a ball. I'd say Lemur.
Nah, bro. He would definitely be a manager. Like I feel like he would just be on the sideline. No, he would be like a GM. He'd be on the sidelines like making moves and shit, like he would definitely
Yeah,
not be playing at all. But all
yeah.
right, bringing
So
it back to Stevie, who do you have now? Who would surprise you the most?
All right. All right. I think MJ. I think MJ would surprise us the most. You know, he watches a lot of highlight comps of all the best young players. He knows the game of every single one of us. I just think he could model his game after all those young players he watches. You know, he watches a 10-minute video and he thinks he knows everything. I think he could. I think he's the goat.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. I think MJ is like a very knowledgeable person. So for sure. I guess to give my answer, the person who'd surprise the most, I'm gonna go with Cap. I think Cap is going to be that
oh,
like 60-year-old dad that just comes and controls the midfield and like plays a lot of like lateral passes, but they're always just unmarkable, like that type of dude. And then in terms of disappointment, I think I honestly I don't really know like who would be. it's the disappointment part is hard because I don't want to throw anyone like completely under the bus. I think well actually no, here's the easy answer. I played with Rahul before and Rahul's kind of ass at soccer, so let's just go with him. Um, so yeah, that's kind of a cheap answer, but I'll go with it. I guess
Sheesh.
moving on here, Konsta asked, and Konsta will also answer Jovic versus Hazard. Which one has the
Oh,
better bundle?
oh,
Oh yeah,
But
you go
you
first.
sound a little bit too excited. You're already
nah,
Yeah,
grown.
you go
nah.
You're
first.
I'm
already
groaning
grown.
because it's really, it's tough. You know. I think I have to go with
Is it?
Jovic though,
Oh
because
shit.
I I don't
Controversial.
want to speak on the other guy. I don't want to say his name even. But Jovic is clear.
Sheesh.
Jovic is like
I don't know, man.
he's just a bigger dude, man. That's I think that's all it is. Like, you know, he's just a
Nah,
bigger
he
guy.
still he even got, he still got it.
Yeah, man, true, true. Um, I think. Oh, wait, there was actually a follow-up to the previous question, so let's take a step back.
Okay.
Uh, we're gonna go like I don't know, attack, midfield, defense, but like instead of 11, let's just do like a 5v5 team. And our goal here is to create the best five-a-side team in the Real Madrid server.
Um,
So I will. I think the best way to do this is just go each person. I'll assign each person a position, and they can pick someone. So let's do this formation. We'll do one attacker, two midfielders, one defender, one goalkeeper. Jorge,
Let me
I'm
let me pick the defender. Let me pick the defender.
okay.
But
Okay.
Fine.
once it's my turn.
Okay, yeah, you can pick defender. So Jorge, I'll start with you. Who do you have in net? Let's start with there.
Um, I gotta agree with Steezy and put MJ there because, like Steezy said, he knows everything about football. And on midfield, you need the most smart player that you have.
Wait. I said
MJ is the smartest.
I said in goal, not midfield.
Oh shit!
Fucking Rick.
Fuck it. Who do we put in goal?
I would put leader in
You
there
know what?
personally. This dude's massive.
Athletic phenomenon, bro.
No, actually, I'm gonna trust Bacon when he says that one of his anecdotes that he put at Son of Topic, like, yo, I was on Reese's and I got in goal and I saved every shot. So I'm gonna trust Bacon and put him in goal.
Nice, nice. Okay. All right. So we have our goalkeeper. It's going to be Bacon. Steezy, going to you. Who do you have at defender?
Bro, I have to choose Dr. Rude. Bro, like his goat is Stam, bro. His goat is Stam. What can go wrong? He like bro, he has so much knowledge. Like he rates Stam Cannavaro over Ramos. He knows. Like I agree with him so much. I just think that like he would know like about defending. If his goat is Stam. So I have to slot him in. Bro. I have to slot him in.
Also, I think that's the best choice. Also, I completely agree there. One more thing to point out is that his profile picture is a Getafe badge. So, like, this dude knows how to sit in his box. So, he knows how to sit in the box, circle jerk, and,
No.
just fucking butcher people and shit. Like, it's going to be a fucking class act.
Oh, wait, actually, never mind.
Okay, okay.
But
Joe,
I was
don't
just
get
gonna,
us canceled.
I was just gonna say that Hitaf is pretty known to be racist, but
uh,
oh
I hope Rude is not
shit!
like that.
What the
Oh,
fuck,
Rude's
dude?
not
What
like
the
that.
that not
Rude,
like that, bro. That's not right.
Rude's not like that. He's a
That's
cop, but
that.
he's not racist.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. Moving on. I'll pass it to Konsta. Who is our two-man double pivot? Who do you have?
oh, that's really tough because I don't really know people on the server that well because I'm still kind of new. But I feel like yeah, okay, I'll take MJ like you said, and I think I think Sari would be pretty good. He gives me like Roy Keane vibes, so I think he'd be pretty good in the midfield
He's a
Yes.
as well.
Spaniard as well, Spain. I mean, so
Yeah,
Spain is the best midfielders. So
No,
Yeah.
man, he's
Uh,
not Spaniard. He's Mexican. We
Oh
already
yeah.
talked about
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. He is Mexican. Also,
What
the
the
best
fuck, man?
midfielders they come from Germany, bro, and that's not Spain. Fuck that.
Oh, a
True.
Gessa then. We're putting Gessa in there then.
Okay.
Oh damn,
Sure.
Gessa or Siri. Yeah, I mean Gessa can like one of them can come off the bench. I think they're both good shouts. I think
Damn, Gessa and MJ.
Gessa and MJ would
Gessa
be
and
That's
MJ.
a good. That's a good midfield,
Oh
man.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That sounds good.
That's well rounded as fuck, bro. For
Yep.
all types of knowledge there. I think in attack, so I'm gonna take the attacker. This is a tough question, right? Like I think out of your attacker, what do you need the most, really, right? Like people will say goals, people will say assists, people will say link up play, but like at the end of the day, none of that really matters. What you really need is vibes and passion. So I'm gonna put Omi there. I'm gonna put the most passionate dude in the server. That this dude is fucking insane. Just gonna give the team great vibes and passion, and just take them to victory. So I guess to recap here, we're gonna have who is in net? Bacon. Then defender
Yep.
was Rude. Then we have double pivot of MJ and Gesa, and then up top we have Omi. That team is gonna be fucking incredible, bro. Like
Yep.
there's no chance any other team from the server can beat that. I mean, I would take that over like Neymar's like fucking bullshit 5-on-5 team that he has in Brazil or whatever that like never plays.
Yep.
I think that team could probably beat that team. Uh, so
100%.
so yeah,
Easily.
that was a fun exercise. I hope the audience likes those answers. Um, I guess our last question here is I mean actually I have one more after that, but uh, Cap asks, who would you guys say is the biggest match day melt, or was if he's not here anymore?
Fuck.
So
Oh.
anyone who's left the server can also count.
Oh man.
So I think I will start with you, Jorge, because you've been here a pretty long time. What do you have?
Fuck. This is like asking which taco is your favorite because I love all fucking tacos. And but there's one melt that was generational, and that was Art, or his other name, Sam Winchester. That dude definitely has issues because his melts were something extraordinary. And every time like I entered a match talk and he was melting about the dumbest shit, every fucking time I said this can't be a real living human being. So I gotta say Mort.
Yeah, I think that's a solid answer. I think for me, turning back the clock a bit, I would say the worst one was definitely Bobek. Like that dude was fucking like insane.
Oh,
Um,
true.
for numerous reasons. Like I won't go into like specific details. Anyone that was there like saw exactly what happened. It was like it like crossed the line a lot too, which was like the real bad part. Like it wasn't even about football at some points. Like it was just like
Yep.
really bad. So yeah, I'm glad that motherfucker's gone.
True.
Yeah, Steezy, I'll pass it to you.
You guys already said all the ones I wanted to say, but I feel like the worst melts right now are always like the random ones that only show up on match day and talk in match talk, and they just start like throwing insults for no reason and like melting after we concede one goal, and all of a sudden it's the end of the world. But if I have to say like a relevant person, no disrespect to the people I just talked about, I would probably say like Lemur. Like I feel like he's always just like complaining about something. It's not for like tactics or like for players or something. He's just always melting about something and he's never happy. And the worst of all, he always thinks he has like some hot takes to say, but it is the most widely accepted take known to mankind, bro. He'll say like, "Not gonna lie to you guys, this might be a little hot take. You guys might hate me for this, but I think Benzema was pretty good last season." He'll say some shit like that, and it's just so funny to see. So yeah, I have to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, but he's harmless. Like it's really he's I mean, Limor, if you're hearing this, I know you will. You're a fucking melt, bro, but it's so good. You're harmless, but you're still fucking melt.
Yeah, yeah. Like he never crosses the line or anything like that. Like Lemur,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's all about football. So as long as it's all about football, it's all cool. Konsta, do you have anything to add here? Do you have anyone that you want to suggest or good?
Not really, because Mort was already said. That was like when I first joined. I just remember that dude was something else. And yeah, I don't. And also the random ones like Steezy said, they just come in. They're like level 0, and then they instantly say, "Liquidate the club. We're so bad. Why haven't we scored?" And that's every game. Random people.
Dude, Dennis is a fucking melt as well. Like I know he says oh the cardiac jinx and shit. No, dude, Dennis is a fucking melt as well. Like as soon as someone misses a shot or something, he looks, oh, this player sucks, and I'm like, he could be joking, but I don't know, man. Like sometimes it's hella sus to me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. And also, like, I don't want anyone to take this as like some like fucking insult or some shit. Like, it's all good,
No,
bro.
yeah,
As long as it's football related, like that's all that matters, man. If you're melting,
yep.
everybody needs to melt every now and then. Like, um, but but yeah, I guess that was like the topics list. But then yesterday, apparently it was bad takes day in the server, and Steezy blessed us with one of his takes. Steezy, you wanna go into your to using Discord after 30 years old, and kind of take us through your thought process there.
Oh, you're talking about what I said last night that got people triggered.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's just go
So
through the
basically, what I
conversation.
said was that if I was still on Discord or I still had time for Discord after 30, that it meant I was doing something wrong. But people started interpreting this as like,
Ah,
oh, like people that are on Discord after 30 are neckbeards or unsuccessful people. But all I was trying to say was that, like, after 30, like, okay, like, hopefully I'm married and I have kids. Like, I don't want to be, like, on Discord. Like, I would, like, rather dedicate my time to this and that, to spending all my time with my family. Like, I feel like it's just more about, like, time allocation rather than bashing people that are on Discord after 30. But yeah, that's
okay,
what happened. And some people got mad at me, but oh well.
Yeah, yeah. Jorge, you're pretty close to 30, right? How do you feel about that?
yeah, yep. I mean, dude, he has a point. Like, I only check on the server or Discord in general or the fucking internet when I have time or like or when I'm taking a shit. So it's not like I'm the whole day taking my phone like, oh, what are they saying? What are they saying? No, like when I have free time or time to kill, I go in my phone and check Discord. So it still has a point in saying that if you're 30 and you're the whole fucking day on the server, like what the fuck are you doing with your life, dude? Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I think this boils down to really like as long as you have everything taken care of, like suppose you're doing whatever job, you're doing good and like you're taking
Yeah,
care of your family and stuff, like how you spend your time doesn't really matter. Like everyone has their own like, you know, individual like whatever ways that they want to do it. Some people invest more in their family, I don't know, some people like do activities with their friends, like whatever it is. But like you don't want to get to the situation where you're like I don't know playing fucking like or on Discord while your kids are like uh struggling to get food, like you don't want to get into that type of situation. You're like neglecting your wife and kids to just be on Discord and like try to win the spam door. Not naming any names, but there's definitely some people that give me that vibe. But yeah, as long as you're not doing that, man, you're cool. Like that's I think that's how you should take that statement. Konsta, do you
agree.
have anything to add there?
Nah, I think everything that needed to be said was already said. So
Cool, cool. All right. Well, that's a show. I think we're good to wrap. Just as like
Wait,
a up. Mhm.
we didn't talk about the Hazard and Jovic. Only Konsta answered.
Oh my god, you really want to answer my questions now?
Jesus.
We all gotta answer, dude.
All right, all right. Jorge really wants to answer, so I'll start with him.
I gotta go with Hazard.
Yeah,
Cause
I'm going with
look at the
Hazard too.
fucking pictures.
Has to be Hazard, bro. You see that roundness, that shape, that picture where
Exactly.
that picture with Zidane slapping it, bro. Come on, man.
Yep.
It's so fire. But like Jovic, he kind of has like a couch ass, bro. Like there's no shape to it. It's just like I don't know.
No, but in some pictures when he's like kneeling or something, bro.
Yo, what kind of pictures you looking at, bro?
Bro, that's what comes up on my, that's what I'm seeing on Twitter, man. Don't blame
Nah,
me,
that's
You,
too
that's a
specific,
little bit
man.
sad.
bro. I'm not looking up Jovic hottest
Nah, bro, I
pictures.
think you're looking through Sponge's Twitter likes. I think.
I don't know. Maybe they're coming on my Twitter feed,
Yo,
Oh shit.
uh,
Bro's looking up Jovic kneeling.
bro. It's not my fault, man. That's what
yeah,
they be
it's
showing me on
Nah,
Twitter.
bro, you're
hey
not beating these allegations anytime
Okay.
soon.
Yeah, I'm
the
not beating the
Yeah.
Jovic
Yeah.
ass allegations.
Oh
the
Yeah.
yeah.
heart gets what the heart wants, you know. Like that's all you can do there.
Well,
But actually, so yeah, like I guess to give a little bit of update before we wrap. So the first half of this, Qatar McDonald's season is ending. So I think next week we should be in good position to like maybe do a recap of the season and preview some of the World Cup.
Oh yeah,
That
I'm done to a World Cup preview.
yeah. So
oh,
look out.
also UCL draw is tomorrow, the round of 16.
Oh,
Oh
right,
yeah,
yeah. That'll be a massive
that's
event
true.
too. So not as much football, I guess, in the next few weeks as like the teams kind of prep for the World Cup, but we will be having some like announcements and still doing like a pretty much weekly show. Might miss some weeks if there's like really nothing to cover, but yeah, thanks guys for coming on. Thanks Konsta in particular for coming on. It was nice having you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
yeah, that's episode 7. Like, subscribe. I think like over 60% of our viewers haven't subscribed. It costs you nothing, man. If you don't do it, I'm gonna send like I don't even know what I'm gonna send. I'm gonna send something your way, like some NPC emojis or something.
If you don't
Drag
do it,
Yellow
Ronaldo's
Dragon.
visiting your girlfriend.
Yeah. That's a better threat there. But yeah, that's episode 7. Thanks everyone for listening. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
So yeah.
See ya.